Now, a lot of people say it can't be. Someone told me years ago, said, Fuller, you might as well give up. The race problem cannot be solved. It can only be discussed. And I thought about that. But then I came to a conclusion. If a problem cannot be solved, it's not logical to discuss it, other than discuss it just by simply saying the problem can't be solved. But I came to the conclusion, and this is strictly my conclusion, anything that people put together in the system of white supremacy is put together by people. People can take it apart. It's just a matter of knowing how it's put together and having the will and the skill to take it apart. And that's what I've tried to do with the textbook of Victim of White Supremacy. I always tell people, I'm not trying to make a contribution to trying to solve a problem that can't be solved. I believe it can be solved. I believe we hadn't been really seriously working on it and solving it. And so if black people haven't been working on trying to solve the race problem, what have they been doing? They've been succumbing to it, going along with it. And in going along with it, what have we made a priority? I ask myself that. What has been my priority most of the time I've been on the planet? I mean, what do I think about most of the time? And I discovered by watching my own actions and watching the actions of other black people, particularly here in the Northwestern Hemisphere, and in places that I heard about, I mean, overseas and whatnot, among black people all over the world, black people spend most of their time, obviously to me, I could be incorrect about it, doing what? Showing off to each other. And when that's a priority, and you have a problem like racism that's dominating your every move, and getting rid of racism is not your priority in your existence, then that racism, by being not your priority, stays in place until it goes out of business on its own, meaning the white people decide we're just not going to practice racism anymore, or until they are forced to go out of business. Now, so far, neither one of those two things has happened, because black people as a whole are still doing what? More than anything in the world, black people get up in the morning and go to bed at night thinking about, truth be told, unless I am making a big mistake, more than anything, doing things to impress each other, to impress other black people all over the so-called continent of Africa. Black people, tribal chiefs, trying to impress other tribal chiefs. And so when you have that as a priority, and your priority is not to rid the world, the entire world, of racism, if that's not your everyday priority, and replace it with a system of justice, then the system of white supremacy will remain in place unless the white supremacists decide, well, we're tired of this, let's do something else. Let's get rid of racism on our own and try another format for doing the world's business. Right now, among the victims of racism, they're just strutting around like peacocks, you know, trying to get another hairdo, another tattoo, another earring, another high five, another dress style, a little bit more money, to do what? Run all over the place, showing off to other black people. Look at me. I'm all that.
Okay.
And the white supremacists look at that and say that's exactly what we want them to do forever.